over the weekend, Bashar al-Assad of Syria, Syria's dictatorial tyrant leader, he's donezo, you guys. He is donezo.
Bye.
There's been a rebel uprising, and I don't know that this. I mean, it's good that Assad is gone. That's great. Nobody knows where he is exactly, but the fact that it's like this really mishmashery group of rebels that are themselves quite dangerous, I don't know how good it is. I mean, it's just like trading one terrible person for more terrible people, essentially. But we'll take the wins where we can get them. Here is Bibi Netanyahu weighing in on this news.
This is a historic day for the Middle East. The collapse of the Assad regime, the tyranny in Damascus, offers great opportunity, but also is fraught with significant dangers. This collapse is a direct result of our forceful action against Hezbollah and Iran, Assad's main supporters. It set off a chain reaction of all those who want to free themselves from this tyranny and its oppression. But it also means we have to take action against possible threats. One of them is the collapse of the Separation of Forces Agreement from 1974 between Israel and Syria. This agreement held for 50 years. Last night it collapsed. The Syrian army abandoned its positions. We gave the Israeli army the order to take over these positions to ensure that no hostile force embeds itself right next to the border of Israel. This is a temporary defensive position until a suitable arrangement is found. Equally, we send a hand of peace to all those beyond our border in Syria, to the Druze, to the Kurds, to the Christians, and to the Muslims who want to live in peace with Israel. We're going to follow events very carefully. If we can establish neighborly relations and a peaceful relations with the new forces emerging in Syria, that's our desire. But if we do not, we'll do whatever it takes to defend the state of Israel and the border of Israel.
He's so buttery. He's just so buttery.
Buttery.
Okay, so Assad, I think, is in Russia. They took him in. And so now, like, do all the Syrian refugees here in America go back? Because your country's fine now, right? Like okay, but deporting them that shouldn't be a problem if they were here because they were escaping some sort of tyranny. Now that Assad is gone, does that mean that when we deport them, because, a lot of those people that came here illegally from Syria, when we say bye, like, we shouldn't feel so bad, right? And I also feel like there's going to be a lot of Christians that are slaughtered in this new regime.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, it's not. It's just, again, it's trading one nightmare for another.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Here is what Trump tweeted about it. If you could please read, that would be great.
Assad is gone. He has fled He has fled his country. His protector, Russia. Sorry, that's funny. Led by Vladimir Putin, was not interested in protecting him any longer. There was no reason for Russia to be there in the first place. They lost all interest in Syria because of Ukraine, where close to 600,000 Russian soldiers lay wounded or dead in a war that should never have started and could go on forever. Russia and Iran are in a weakened state right now because of Ukraine and a bad economy, the other because of Israel and its fighting success. Likewise, Zelensky, with two Y's, and Ukraine,
that's right.
With it's two. I know. I did. Zelensky and Ukraine would like to make a deal and stop the madness. They have ridiculously lost 400,000 soldiers. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm having a hard time reading today because of my eyes, and many more civilians. Mock makes me do the really small print. There should be an immediate ceasefire and negotiations should begin. Too many lives are being so needlessly wasted, too many families destroyed. And if it keeps going, it can turn into something much bigger and far worse. I know Vladimir well. This is his time to act. China can help. The world is waiting.
That's what Trump said.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because as you recall, Trump is not president yet. We actually have a whole ass president that is utterly useless.
I was going to say, Dewey, Trump totally is president right now. He's acting like the president, right? Which is delightful because he's out there doing all the world stage things. He is totally our president right now,
Yeah, but Biden wants to remind everyone that he is president. And the way that he does that best, the way that he's always reminded everyone that he is president is by spending our money on other countries and not our own.
Oh my
So when
God.
he talks about Syria, he talks about them like
A
this.
new constitution, a new government that serves all Syrians. And this process will be determined by the Syrian people themselves. And the United States will do whatever we can to support them, including through humanitarian relief, to
Let's
help
give him
restore
money.
Syria after more than a decade of war and generations of brutality by the Assad family.
Yeah, let's throw money at him. This is literally his this is what he does. This is what he does for every single problem that we have.
Mhm,
Let me just take taxpayer money, hardworking people's money, and
mhm.
throw it at him.
Yep.
This is a solution for everything.
And then when he's not spending our money, he's speaking absolute gibberish and not making a lick of sense, like here.
Stability, ensure stability in eastern Syria. Protecting any personnel, our personnel, against any threats. And remain our mission against ISIS will be maintained, including the security of detention facilities where ISIS fighters are being held as prisoners.
He sounds like I did reading that last tweet. Because he has no idea what he's saying, right? I mean, like
None.
it's
Absolutely
not
none.
even it's not his words. He's not reading. He's reading somebody else's words. Somebody wrote that for him because he has no
Mhm.
idea where he is or what he's doing.
Nope.
He's
And
a
then
puppet.
just to put a fine point on that, one of the journalists, because he obviously wasn't going to take questions because he doesn't do pressers, because why would he be transparent as a president?
Right.
So the reporters just scream questions at him, hoping that he'll answer one. And he did, but he got himself really confused. So the reporters asking about an American journalist who was held in Syria, who has been held in Syria since like 2012 as a hostage. His name is Austin Tice. And so they were asking, are we now going to get Austin Tice out? And so at first Biden answers like, oh yeah, we're super sure that we're going to get him. And then somebody says a follow-up question and he's like, who? Like he forgot who he was talking about 2 seconds before. Check this out.
God now, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
What does the
are you
U.S.
concerned
know
about
about
Austin
war
being
in the
released?
What does the U.S. know about where Austin Tice might be and if he's safe?
We believe he's alive. We think we can get him back, but we have no direct evidence of that yet. And Assad should be held accountable.
Have you directed an operation to go get him, Mr. President?
Is Assad in Moscow?
Get who?
Austin Tice.
Oh my God.
We won't want to get him out.
Yes, sir.
We have to identify where he is.
I can't. The looking back, like that again with his legacy. It's always the walking away and the looking back and like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys. What in the
They just need to
world?
stop asking him questions. He needs to stop doing pressers. They need to quit asking questions. He just needs to be taken away someplace into a room and he needs to go watch the stories, you know?
Mhm.